Here we are, together one more final time. Not ready to say goodbye.
Good morning, and welcome to the 57th Hamilton High School Commencement Ceremony in celebration of the class of 2021. My name is Ryan Rubik, President of the class of 2021. Please remain standing, if you are able, while we recite the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you, and you may all be seated. At this time, I would like to introduce Matthew Lehner, President of Student Council.
I'll speak loud. Principal Newcomer, Assistant Principals Otto and Larishki, members of administration and school board, staff, family, friends, and my fellow classmates. It is an incredible honor as Student Council President to be able to address you here at the Hamilton High School 2021 graduation ceremonies. I will not be the first and only one to say that we have faced immense and incredible challenges this year, and we continue to go through many challenges. Although, my friends, I am glad to say that there now appears to be light at the end of the tunnel. Now, if you would have told us that for more than a year of our high school journey, that things like staying 6 feet apart, mask or double mask wearing, because you know, why not? Zoom and Purell hand sanitizer, hashtag not sponsored, I want to make that clear, ladies and gentlemen, would become so important in our lives, I think knowing our class, we would have all just laughed. And now looking back, we all just have to laugh and smile, don't we? I think we can all attest to the fact that our class's journey through Hamilton High School was an eventful one. Our freshman year was marked by a song called Despacito, and no, I'm not going to sing it for you. A disastrous homecoming pep assembly, which I think left an impression on all of us here today. We had a sophomore year in which every aspect of our life at school seemed to be under construction, where we always had our coats on, never knowing when that next constructor-initiated fire drill would commence. Or that power outage, which created such great content for our Instagram and Snapchat stories, and was a headache for our administration just trying to keep the peace. Oh, don't forget about all those snow days, seemingly preparing us for, you guessed it, junior year. Oh, junior year. The year that could have been the one. But on March 13th, 2020, grinded to a slow and painful halt, to my great personal disappointment. And then finally, our senior year, which has consisted of, quote, darn, I've been contact traced, endless TikTok, and a wild, wild ride called Apex Learning. A ride I was more than happy to get off of for the sake of both my mental well-being and grades, because my goodness, that was just awful. I really believe all of us are sincerely looking forward to the next chapter in our lives beyond this high school. Now, whether your destination is a four-year college, a technical school, service to our country in the armed forces, or something else, there is certainly a lot to look forward to. But I also will concede, and many of you may agree, that we are a generation facing tremendous challenges and issues. Challenges and issues which could only be addressed through complex, tough, and creative solutions. Now, there are some out there who say that we can't do it, that we can address those challenges and implement those solutions. After all, they say, a generation poised to make less money than their parents and who are supposedly consumed by a cell phone all day surely aren't up for it. Now, to those who espouse that sentiment, I say this: You are wrong. Because you see, I have watched this generation rise to the challenge of this year. I have seen us accomplish great things at this high school and contribute so profoundly to the betterment of this community. So my fellow classmates, let us go forth from this graduation ceremony, ready and eager to roll up our sleeves and get to work. Because if we do that, my fellow classmates, we will solve our climate crisis. We will pay off our national debt. We will be able to finally use our enormous wealth and privilege as a nation and provide full equality of opportunity for all. We will be the generation that ends our deep political divisions, and we indeed will be able to come together, regardless of our party or who we voted for in the last election, to move our country forward. And we will be able to provide the tools to succeed in the 21st century to every man, woman, and child. So my fellow classmates, let today be the end of the tradition for the younger generation blaming the previous one for their troubles. Let us make our children, grandchildren, and yes, great-grandchildren proud. Let us forever be known in human history as the generation that got the job done. Fellow classmates, it has been an incredible honor to serve you all as freshman and junior class president and then student council president this past year. Thank you all so much for being the best class and friends a person could ever have to hope for in their lives. And with that, onward, we will go. Thank you. May God bless you all, and may God bless Hamilton High School. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And at this time, I would like to introduce Vice President of the Class of 2021, Isaiah Latimer. Thank you.
Thank you, Matthew. Good morning. My name is Isaiah Latimer, and it is my pleasure to introduce the speakers of our ceremony today. Sitting in the front row is the president of the class, Ryan Rubik, who led us in the Pledge of Allegiance. Also, we just previously have heard from our student council president, Matthew Lehner. We will soon be hearing from our salutatorian, Ellie DeClean, and our valedictorian, Cynthia Yan. I'd also like to introduce the members of the Hamilton School community who are seated in the staging area and who have come to join us in the celebration of the class of 2021. First off, we have Mr. Michael Highland, high school board member, Mr. Jay Jones, treasurer of the Hamilton High School, Miss Dawn Van Aken, clerk of the Hamilton School Board, Miss Jennifer Waltz, vice president of the Hamilton School Board, and Mr. Gabe Kolarski, president of the Hamilton School Board. Some of the Hamilton School administration that is here today is Mr. Mike Gaz, dean and athletic director, Mr. Chris Lorishki, associate principal, Mr. Mark Otto, associate principal, and Miss Rebecca Newcomer, the principal. We have also the Hamilton School District Superintendent, Dr. Paul Milkey, and our faculty commencement speaker, Mr. John D'Amato. Yeah. We are fortunate that all of you are able to join us here today for this morning for the celebration of the class of 2021. At this time, I'd like to introduce Miss Newcomer for the farewell of our cultural exchange students.
Good morning. This year, we were able to welcome one exchange student into our community. Eliška Mrkvetishkova is our exchange student. Eliška joined us this year from the Czech Republic and is excited to join our women's rugby team. She enjoys playing tennis, and when she is back home, she likes walking her dog and cooking. She was excited to share her culture with us, and for those of you who have met her, it is clear that she was a positive addition to our Hamilton community. Eliška, if you could stand and give a wave. You can find her on the west side of the field. Thank you so much for toughing out this year with us, and let's all wish her great luck as she travels back to the Czech Republic. Thank you for being with us this year, Eliška. Before I introduce our faculty speaker, I'd like to take a moment to thank a few people who made this gathering possible. A huge thank you to my administrative assistant, Tracy Bauman, Hamilton's administration, Mark Otto, Mike Gaz, and Chris Larischke, the support of Dr. Milkey and the Board of Education, Mr. John Washbush and his crew for the live streaming and video board operation, and Mr. Ryan Little and his crew for the setup and presentation of Grove Field. And of course, our faculty and staff who volunteered to be here to assist in organizing and be a part of celebrating you, our class of 2021. This year, we are again proud to highlight our dynamic partnership with Waukesha County Technical College in our dual enrollment program. Students completed their high school diploma requirements while concurrently earning half their associate's degree program requirements at WCTC. Would those graduates who have completed this dual enrollment program please stand and be recognized at this time? Thank you and congratulations. Another group of students who have made a courageous and selfless decision to serve our country and protect our freedom are those who are enlisting in the armed forces. Would those students please stand and be recognized? Thank you so much for your service. If you are a guest of ours today and are currently serving or have served in a branch of the military, please stand so we might be able to thank you for your sacrifice. Class of 2021, this ceremony is a moment in time that separates your past from your future, from where you have been to where you are going. With this in mind, you have chosen a faculty member who has known you for your past 4 years and is here to address you, to give you some words of wisdom as you set forth on your journey after Hamilton. Before he begins, I'd like to tell you a little bit about the faculty member whom you have chosen as your speaker. Mr. John D'Amato, fitness education teacher and proudly a member of the Hamilton High School graduating class of 1993. After graduating from Hamilton High School, Mr. D'Amato attended UW-Whitewater, where he earned his undergraduate degree in fitness education with minors in health and adaptive fitness education. He went back for his master's degree in education and graduated from Marian College. Mr. D'Amato returned to his alma mater to teach and has been at Hamilton for the past 17 years. We have been fortunate to have had him on our faculty and working with past and current students in several capacities, such as class advisor, girls track coach, strength and conditioning coordinator, and our former head football coach. He not only focuses on building strong bodies, but also strong minds and strong relationships. When the students were asked to vote for a faculty speaker and give a rationale for the nomination, some of the reasons for his nomination are as follows. Mr. D'Amato has been a great influence on my life. On all the teachers I have had, he will leave the most long-lasting impact on my life, and he has made me a better person. Mr. D'Amato ways in and out of school, and I often refer to him as my school dad. If it weren't for the constant support, reassurance, dedication, and love that was bestowed to me to make sure I was okay, I would not be where I am today. I'm so blessed to have had Coach D'Amato as a coach, a teacher, and as an individual standing in my corner in my time of need. I'm forever grateful and will never forget the impact he has had on me and everyone else around him. And finally, he has taught me how to overcome adversity, discover my inner self, and to be a kind and genuine person. I am appreciative of all he's done for me. In my 2 years of getting to know Mr. D'Amato, it is no doubt that the notes written by students are true. He has a genuine mission to make a positive impact on those around him, and we are so grateful he is part of our faculty. I am honored to introduce and welcome to the podium our 2021 Student Chosen Commencement Speaker, Coach, and Teacher, John D'Amato.
Thank you. I would like to thank Principal Newcomer and the senior class for this opportunity. This is a tremendous honor, and I'm humbled to be chosen as your speaker. Mrs. Newcomer came to me about 4 weeks ago and asked me if this was something I'd be willing to do. As my heart filled with pride and gratitude, I told her absolutely, with zero reservation. So I did what the majority of you would do. I opened up my Chromebook last night, I slammed the Red Bull, and I got typing away. Actually, I wouldn't describe my keyboarding skills as typing. Not at all. A more accurate description would be a chicken pecker. I failed rather miserably in business ed class back in 1989. Back in the day, it would have been nice to have No Child Left Behind to assess my typing skills. 28 years ago, almost to the date, I was in your seat here on Grove Field. I know for a fact some of you are doing the math in your head on my age right now. Well, I ran across a t-shirt on the internet that said on the front, "Old guys rule." I told my wife I wanted that for Father's Day, but she told me I would have to wait until a minimum age of 50 before I could rock it. I guess all good things in life are worth waiting for. One of our greatest gifts is our ability to choose. The choice to align and apply the knowledge, lessons, and values with our behaviors on a daily basis. John O'Leary speaks about inflection points in his book, On Fire. Inflection points can seem as insignificant or monumental, as positive or negative. They are the events, encounters, and decisions that once they occurred, life afterward is completely altered. In John O'Leary's case, experiencing 90% of his body being burned was an inflection point in his life. This was a life-altering event that forced him to choose what path to follow. Would he fight or flee from this horrible accident? John chose to fight and used this inflection point to inspire and influence others. He now travels the world as a professional motivational speaker, focusing on leadership and self-improvement. I share this remarkable story with you because John O'Leary's purpose all started with a simple choice. Choices can seem insignificant at times, but I'm here to tell you that even the pettiest choices have purpose and take on meaning of identity and responsibility. So here we are, class of 2021. What I'm about to share with you is advice I wish I would have received and known the day I graduated. Understand that these lessons can only be initiated by choice. Knowing and understanding are one thing. Actually applying what you know is the key that will open the doors to opportunity. So here we go. Lesson 1. You will not always be motivated, but you must learn to be disciplined. There is no every day motivated to go to work or school. Now, don't get me wrong. I love my job, and I feel blessed I have found my purpose in this world. But there are days when the bed feels way too comfortable and extra soft. I really enjoy working out, but on some days, well, most days lately, I would rather be spending my time doing something else. My point is this: even when you find your purpose in life or you're passionate about something doesn't mean you will always be 100% motivated. However, choosing to discipline yourself towards your commitment to your purpose can and will make a dramatic difference in your life. Lesson 2, we don't have bad days, just bad moments. You're going to get frustrated and disappointed from time to time. This is a common reality, However, choosing to allow these moments of frustration and disappointment ruin our day is neither productive nor sensible. For instance, when my mom forgot to wash my Z Cavaricis, it ruined my entire day in high school. I know I have a few parents and grandparents in the crowd cracking a smile to this reference. The rest of you are probably Googling what the heck are Z Cavaricis. Listen, if mom jeans made it back, I'm telling you, Z Cavaricis are a lock. Just give it a little bit of time. To this point, with each new day, we get an opportunity to grow, influence, and most importantly, love. So don't make a bad moment ruin a great day. Lesson 3, you're not always going to be everyone's cup of tea, and that's okay. As you move into the next chapter of your life, you have to come to grips with reality that life is not a popularity contest. Life is going to pose many challenges and obstacles to overcome, and you are going to fail from time to time. Unfortunately, the world will naturally create these roadblocks for us all. It's inevitable. How we choose to take on these challenges is entirely up to you. Are these challenges going to prevent you from reaching your goals? Are you going to choose to be captive to the roadblocks life has thrown your way? All questions that you have to choose to either ignore or choose to take head on and conquer. Lesson 4, there are 3 types of people in this world. There are fighters, floaters, and fleers. John O'Leary is a fighter. He took life's misfortunes and used them to become the man he is today. He understood and accepted the fact that it's not going to be easy, but stayed the course and exhausted his resources in search of his purpose. Then there's floaters. They are not fully committed, and they flinch when adversity hits. Floaters have the potential to go either direction. But this is a precarious personality because they show the potential to persevere, but also the potential to throw in the towel. Then we have fleers. Fleers are like water. They will always find the easiest way down the hill. They will complain, whine, and make excuses throughout life and will justify their status in doing so. So which one are you? Are you going to fight, float, or flee through life? Are you going to join the game of life and set up personal roadblocks to go along with theirs? Will you deviate to the assumption that it's chance and not my choices that are setting me back? Whether you think you're a fighter, floater, or fleer, you're probably right. You can fool others, but you can never fool yourself. Bottom line is, everyone can become a fighter if they choose to be. Life is about relationships, nothing more and nothing less. Every one of you has formed relationships over the past 4 years at Hamilton High School. Ironically, that's what brought me up here today. You have formed friendships with a common bond that will continue beyond the walls of this school. As you move into the next chapter in your life, the relationships you establish and the ones that will manifest in the future can serve as inflection points in your life. For instance, I had a track coach my freshman year with whom I had a great relationship. He taught me many lessons, but unfortunately, after only 1 year, he left for another school district. Fast forward 8 years later, I received a phone call from my old coach asking me to apply for a teaching position at a school. He is now an administrator in the Menominee Falls School District. I get it, it's Menominee Falls, but I was desperate and I needed a job. So I accepted a teaching position, and none of this would have come to fruition if it wasn't for the relationship and connection I made 8 years prior. You never know when a relationship is going to open doors for you. It is so critical moving forward to establish genuine relationships built on respect, integrity, and communication. This brings me to my final 2 points on relationship building. Remember that when there is a void in communication, it will always get filled with negativity. Choose to keep your lines of communication clear and concise. And lastly, you're not always going to remember what people say, but you will always remember how they made you feel. The way you treat people will profoundly affect your relationships and future successes. My last lesson: don't let the 4 years define who you are. Up until this point, all of you had the same opportunity academically. All of you made choices over the past 4 years that put you in this position today. Regardless of your journey, it brought you all to the same platform. Here you sit as high school graduates, and all of you have taken similar but yet dramatically different roads to get here. Whether you were on the honor roll or someone that just floated through the past couple of years, you all have a fresh start, and this new beginning starts tomorrow. The direction and course you want to take is up to you, as this choice is a gift. A gift I can only hope and wish you take full advantage of. I would like to finish my speech on a personal note. I would like to take the opportunity to express my utmost gratitude to you, the graduating class of 2021. I spent 40 years either playing or coaching a game that I loved. I went into this year with great angst. In my eyes, I was no longer Coach D'Amato. I would ask myself, what is my identity, and how would the students act around me? I prayed often for the answers to these questions. Little did I know, the year that was supposed to be my most challenging turned out to be my most rewarding. None of this would have happened without the love, care, and support of the senior class. I prayed for answers, and he gave me you. I prayed for an identity, and you assured me I'm still Coach D'Amato. Typically, we applaud teachers for making a difference in kids' lives, but I share that you, the senior class, made a difference in mine. Thank you. All are you very special, and if you don't believe me, let me share some stats with you. There is 1 in 400 trillion chance for your DNA to form a life. To put those odds in proper perspective, the odds of winning the virtually impossible Powerball are 1 in 292 million, meaning we're almost 2,000 times more likely to win Powerball than to actually exist. Your life is one of the most stunning gifts, an utterly amazing blessing. I hope you all realize how very special you are. I wish you the very best in all of your future endeavors. Remember, make it a great journey or not, the choice is yours. Thank you.
Thank you, Coach. Our next address will be from our salutatorian, Ellie DeClean. Ellie will be attending UW-Madison in the fall. Please welcome Ellie to the stage so I can award her with her salutatorian medal, and she can address her classmates.
Welcome and good morning to the class of 2021, parents, teachers, and administrators. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Ellie DeClean, and I'm so honored to be speaking in front of all of you today. First, a huge congratulations to every graduate in the crowd. There's a lot to be grateful for when we look ahead to the rest of our lives. Our graduation marks the permanent end of strictly scheduled lunches, the end of needing a pass to leave a classroom, and the end of our legal obligation to be in this school building for 7 hours a day. As long as all of us can stay out of prison, we'll never have to live such a strictly controlled life ever again. And that's something I know I'm extremely happy about. has had an incredibly successful run here at Hamilton. We've done more than our fair share, raising this district's test scores, and we brought home a number of athletic victories too. Most notably, our volleyball players won a historic victory this year at the state championship. Our basketball players have been leading games for 4 years, and our cheerleaders have had an unbelievable number of state victories. And I'd also like to mention our girls softball team, which just won conference for the first time in 30 years. Outside of athletics, our senior class has made great accomplishments through so many other school organizations, such as DECA, NHS, and Joy Club, where our class has filled leadership roles, planned countless events, and helped the community as representatives of Hamilton. All of the outstanding contributions our graduating class has made to our district raises the question, how will this school ever go on without us? I'm sure that each of us felt a loss when previous classes graduated Hamilton, leaving behind empty leadership positions and few instructions for how to fill their shoes. Every year, as a member of the cross-country team, I concluded that we might have our worst season yet without our recently graduated seniors. But every year, I was proven wrong. When we leave this school, the students we leave behind are going to be a little smarter, a little stronger, and in the case of cross-country, a little faster than they were the year before. Whether we knew it or not, we made a difference here. Every graduate sitting here today provided some guidance and leadership for the next class of students simply by accomplishing all that we did in the same building as them. Now, it's time to take all that we have to offer and bring it to somewhere new. Some of us will take our talents and start a career right away in the military or in the workforce. Many of us will continue on to further our educations at a 4-year college or technical school, where we'll have to start all over again as freshmen. We'll have to make new friends and figure out how to navigate a whole new system. Some of us might be intimidated by this new challenge and might feel lost now that our lives are so clouded with uncertainty, unless I'm the only one here today without any plans that extend past my 4 years of college. But while I may be intimidated, I know that I'm not afraid. Our class has gone through life-changing transitions before, and we've proven ourselves to be competent, strong, and ready, time and time again. I know with certainty that this class is going to accomplish great things, and I can't wait to hear about them at our next class reunion. Thank you, and congratulations again to the class of 2021.
Thank you and congratulations, Ellie. Our next student speaker is our 2021 valedictorian, Cynthia Yan. Cynthia will be attending Washington University in St. Louis in the fall. Please welcome Cynthia to the stage so I can award her with her valedictorian medal, and she will then address the class of 2021.
Thank you, Mrs. Newcomer. Congratulations, class of 2021. I am so honored to be speaking in front of you today and beyond proud of everything we've accomplished during our high school careers. Over the last 4 years here at Hamilton, we've learned a lot. Mrs. Kowalski taught us about the importance of ethos, pathos, and logos. Ms. Razash taught us how and why phosphodiester bonds are formed. In Mr. Bosley's class, we learned the nuances of time travel through watching the classic films Back to the Future 1, 2, and 3. And there are countless other lessons we learned along the way. All of this knowledge will no doubt be valuable as we go forward in life. However, some of the most important lessons are taught outside of the classroom. The most notable one I've learned is summed up pretty well with this Stephen Colbert quote. Life is an improvisation. You have no idea what's going to happen next, and you're mostly just making things up as you go along. For the longest time, I believed that once you were an adult, everything would seem clear and you know all the answers and exactly what to do at exactly the right time. When I turned 18 and things still hadn't become clear, I picked up The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy in search of answers and wisdom. And ultimately, the novel revealed that the answer to life, the universe, and everything is, drumroll please, 42! That's when I realized all this time the grown-ups have just been pretending to know what's going on. Granted, they are doing a pretty good job of it. The world is constantly changing, and the truth is, until someone invents a time machine, no one has all the answers because it's impossible to predict the future. The only thing predictable about life is its unpredictability. However, there is one thing I do know. Things turn out best for people who make the best out of the way things turn out. In other words, life is 10% what happens to you and 90% how you respond to it. Winston Churchill once said, "Success is not final, failure is not fatal, it is the courage to continue that counts." In this rapidly evolving world, we need to not only adapt, but also to embrace change. And that's exactly what us Gen Zers are known for, being versatile, unconventional, and innovative. And after this past year, we've all learned the value of persevering through the hard times, so, like President Lehner said, that we can reach the light at the end of the tunnel. Next, I'd like to take a moment on behalf of myself and my fellow graduates to thank the people that have brought us here. I could go on and on with all the specific people I'd like to thank today, but it's hot out and we've been here a while already, so I'll keep this short and sweet. Out of the 4 different school districts I've attended, my experience here at Hamilton has been by far the most enjoyable. And that is a result of the teachers and staff who pour their heart and soul into their jobs, the students who are each so passionate about their respective interests, and of course our parents who are behind 100% of what we do, even if it might give them a few gray hairs. So thank you to everyone here today for making Hamilton a school from which I can truly say I'm proud to be an alumna. So now we're high school graduates, and soon we're going to be signing each other's yearbooks and saying goodbye. There will be hugs and tears, and we'll do our best to stay in touch. But we'll be living our lives and chasing after our own dreams and aspirations. As a final thought going forward, I'd like to leave you with a quote from Oscar Wilde that I absolutely live by. He said, "You can never be overdressed or overeducated." A high school education is a great thing just as long as you're willing to learn something after you graduate. Graduation is not the end. It's the beginning of a new journey. After all, today is our commencement, which refers to a fresh start and new beginnings. There are far, far better things ahead than any we leave behind. Thank you all, and congratulations, class of 2021.
Thank you and congratulations, Cynthia. The song that has been pre-recorded and will be presented by our a cappella group, the Hamiltones, is entitled Unknown by Grace Butcher, and the performance was directed by Mrs. Marilyn Massetti. Grace is one of our graduates today and will be heading to UW-Milwaukee for film. Grace wrote this song specifically for this event and for these graduates. Grace, thank you for sharing your talent.
Dear
Parents, relatives, friends, distinguished faculty and administration, Dr. Milky, members of the Hamilton Board of Education, and all of our viewers at home, sitting before you is a graduating class of 2021. This class has honored Hamilton High School with their perseverance and determination through unprecedented times, and we will miss them. At our awards ceremony in May, members of this class submitted their accepted scholarship awards, which totaled over $3.1 million. In addition to their academic achievements, this class is filled with individuals who are kind, thoughtful, and respectful. Class of 2021, as we prepare to part ways, I'd like you to know how proud we are of you and how much we want you to find happiness and success in whatever path of life you choose. I wish you many blessings as you leave us, and I will be forever grateful that our paths crossed. Dr. Milky and the Board of Education, it is with great honor that I present the class of 2021 with assurances that each member of this class has met the established graduation requirements. On doing so, each member has earned the rights and privileges thereof.
Congratulations to graduates and families. There is no masking my excitement to be here today. I am honored to accept the class of 2021 and recommend them for presentation of diplomas. I now invite graduates to come forward to receive diplomas in the manner prescribed to you.
Nathan Alexanian. Mariana Amirian. Emma Amstad. Luke Anderson. Stephen Arthur. Anna Maria Asciuto. Aiden Ash. Marissa August. Samantha August. Ryan Averett. Ella DeClean. Cynthia Yan. Isaiah Latimer. Matthew Jameson Lehner. Ryan Rubick. Megan Backus. Samantha Backus. Alexis Bain. Jimmy Baisden. No way I was going to say Jim Baldowitz. Gabriel Baldowitz. Patrick Baldwin. Zachary Balsinger. Sydney Bartos. Brady Batsko. Noah Bauer. Luis Bautista. Bryce Becker. Kaylee Bell. Aaron Bilo. Jacob Bender. Nola Jean Bertling. Nicholas Bongard. Angelina Booker. Quantel Booker. Caitlin Brewer. Emily Brockhausen. David Brockwell. Azaria Bronson. Bella Brundage. Hayden Bruss. Kendall Burke. Andrew Bushke. Grace Butcher. Austin Kalmus. Dominic Carini. Rhett Carpenter. Jack Cassidy. Sam Cassidy. Mia Cedarholm. Matt Chavez. Ella Chevalier. Sebastian Cymbalnik. Trevor Ciccarelli. Julianne Kloss. Madeline Kloss. Gabriella Sabalka. Adriana Clark. Madison Shamela. Samantha Consiglio. John Cummings. Vaughn Damiano. Joseph Davila. Eric Davis. Amber Dempsey. Julia Dembski. Caleb Daisy. Andrew Dow. Will Driscoll. Amira Edie. Income Abali EBG. Elijah Agner. Aiden Enneking. Sonia Estrada. Cullen Etzel. Samuel Farmer. Sydney Fenner. Napatiani Fernandez. Burke Firestein. Connor Fitzgerald. Margaret Flynn. Jacob Foldy. Very well done. Mitch Fox. Mason Frank. Faith Fry. Cole Friedrich. Madeline Garcia. Rachel Garukian. Olivia Gash. Sarah Garovac. Ryan Gildemeister. Megan Gilmore. Hannah Glasgow. Jessica Godlewski. Lexi Getz. Louis Gomez. Connor Gordon. Lakin Graves. Andrew Gray. Sophie Greenwood. Grace Halcomb. Austin Hamill. AJ Hamilton. Ryan Hammond. Josh Hang. Sarah Harder. Naya Heron. Sometimes I see things that are not even there. This is brutal. All right. Emma Hartman. Nicholas Hassler. Yep. Andrew Hawley. Go ahead. Hold on. Megan Hawthorne. Jessica Heckman. Ella Heinz. Jerica Hampton. Samuel Henderson. Melody Herr. Caden Herspeck. Ben Hirschleb. Isaiah Hickey. Mitchell Hicks. Mackenzie Hippis. Clara Hooksema. Elizabeth Hofer. Bryce Hoff. Cole Hoffman. Jenna Holler. I want to check. I want to get it right. Alicia Holmes. Hayden Hotchkiss. Jacob Hubrud. Tyreek Hudson. Connor Hust. Evan Hutton. Sometimes it's easier and I try and make it Heitch. Brandon Heitch. Terrible. I need to get somebody else. Mackenzie Irene. Trisha Jaitner. I'm sorry to keep going fast. Jokey. Zach Jokey. John Jasinski. All right. Hannah Jordan. Jacob Yeadis. Joe Youngin. Leah Jorgensen. Gretchen Kabitsky. Claire Kaiser. Michaela Kaufman. Ashley Kenworthy. Madison Kindler. Charlie Kanowski. Alex Kisting. Oh boy. Delaney Klawiter. Danielle Klitska. Natalie Nolenberg. Jesse Knudsen. Melody Kovaleski. Danny Kramer. Anthony Krennick. Catherine Kreitzman. Dale Kuza. Cora Kuhlenbeck. Anna Karhajic. Hold on, I gotta set these down and get a drink. You're all right. All right, Kurtz. Grace Kurtz. Levi Lacoste. Yep. Anthony Lamp. Chris Lang. Nicholas Lang. Andrew Larson. Caden Lauer. Hey, look who's here. Tierra Larishki. Sean Lavoie. Gotta wait for everyone to stop yelling, you know how it is. Kiera Lawson. Justin Lavelle. Caitlin Leffler. Isabel Tony Liner. Hoyt Lightsky. Abigail Lemke. Oh no. Not too bad you made it this far. All right. Julia Lenz. Oh, this is the pressure now, Lewinsky. Kayla Lewinsky. When people say don't mess it up to me, it's almost guaranteed I'm gonna mess it up. Cheyenne Lewis. I know, right? Jack London. Rashmi Majigapoo. Just gotta say it like I know it, right? Marcano. Ian Marcano. Colton Martell. Maddie Martinez. Stephen McConville. You got it. Logan McCord. Hold on now, Joshua. All right. Joshua McFarlane. I think it's McFarlane. Whoops. Mindenbauer. Carl Mindenbauer. David Mercado. Hold on one second. Wait for the yelling to come in. Ethan Messerschmidt. Abigail Miller. Hold on now. Kaylee Middlestead. Calvin Moore. Sarah Moore. Here we go now. Elishka Mrtvichkova. Braden Miller. Charlie Mulkey. Alyssa Murray. Nathan Myers. Alex Niesman. Nikki Nair. Caitlin Newman. T. Nguyen. Ethan Nolan. Gretchen O'Neill. Maggie Olenek. Sarah Onicio. We're getting there, guys. We're getting there. Maddie Parr. Grace Pagel. Haya Patel. Hayden Pauls. Daniel Pawelski. Brooke Payne. Alex Pekanik. Congratulations. Maya Pekanik. Joseph Palacha. It's tough out here. Sam Peterson. Jacob Pfeiffer. Aaron Pompavong. Samuel Pickett. Elijah Plachetti. Joel Plachetti. Sarao Prasad. I don't know if that was right or not. Ellie Prell. What do we got? All right. Faith Rabideau. Clayton Ratio. Ella Radis. Ethan Ron. At least we made it to the R. This is exhausted. All right. Arushi Ranasaria. Sanji Rice. Tanner Resch. Nolan Reeder. Jenna Reister. Ian Riley. Cruz Riojas. Matthew Rommel. Morgan Rubalowski. Madison Rigi. Isabella Rummel. Charlie Rupke. Clay Sanchez. Isabella Sansoni. Gavin Sayers. Otto Schenk. Cody Schleifer. Connor Schlick. Luke Schlick. Chloe Schmidt. I'm going to make you wait. Time for a water break, right?
You're doing great. Fantastic. No one wants to. Here we go.
I know, it's well, one last chance. Lauren Schmitz. You're gonna make me laugh right before I gotta say it. It's brutal. Devin Schneider. It's never been an issue for me. I've never been. All right, Aiden Schrader.
Same thing goes down.
Gavin Schrader. Constance Sabald. Ethan C. I had to read what he wrote on there. He wrote a story on there. Amanda Seidel. Sargent? Stephen Sargent. Paige Seimer. Sam Shabusky. We made it to the S's so far. Sadat. Samantha Sadati. Zachary Skelton. Somebody's calling me right now. Caitlin Slots. Nolan Smarelli. Abigail Smith. Evan Smolik. Jake Sorry. Ryan Spencer. Stadfeld. Lily Stadfeld. There he is. Tristan Steller. Stimson. Mason Stimson. Carter Stone. Nicholas Strauss. These are the ones I gotta get right. Noah Strauss. You make me laugh. Yelled at by parents. All right. Janelle Stumpfig. Emma Stitchen. Emma Christine Swope. Ian Tayrud. There he is. Owen Teresi. Akuma Tao. I read it wrong. I can't even read. What am I doing? Grace Tao. Right? Okay. Grace Tao. Just want to make sure. Lena. Lana Tao. See, good thing I said it out loud. I would have messed up. Maddie Tharp. That is true. Will Then. Beatty Therrell. Claire Tarks. McKinley Town. Mia Travers. Mandy Tremmel. Justin Vang. Ashley Velasquez. Nope. Say it out loud. Okay. Corey Venkateswaran. Maybe. Jonathan Vernon. Michael Villanueva. Christian Wagner. Walzak. Trevor Walzak. Waldenberger. James Waldenberger. Jordan Walters. Beware. Elijah Wartko. Kevin Weathersby. Should we make you wait here for an awkwardly long time? No, I'm just kidding. Sarah Wegener. Michelle Wehrman. Connor Wendt. Zachary Wera. One last green tray. No middle name. Madeline Westfall. Sydney White. Congrats, Griffin. Griffin Wick.
Hold on, they're going to clap for him.
Ben Weisicle. Maeve Wilkinson. Cody Wilson. Jordan Wilson. Clayton Wallner.
Congratulations.
Mason Woods.
Allison Wargle.
Allison Wargle. Liam Wrench. Logan Robleski.
You got it.
Luke Robleski. Ken Zhang. Garrett Yeager. Add those to the pile. All right. Yankee. Jake Yankee. Do I look like I'm going to pass out or do I feel like that? Nadia Jakic. Gotta have a little fun up here. Let's go. Chrisana Yang. Jordan Young. Trina? All right. Trina Zanin. Gotta make sure I at least try to get it right. Zebel. Jeremiah Zebel. Austin Zimmer.
Hold on, they're going to yell. Go crazy, something.
Kelsey Zunke. Natalie Zuzek.
And
Jaspreet Kaur.
To signify the successful completion of this ceremony and to begin our recessional, the class of 2021 will now stand and remove their tassels to the left side. Move their tassels to the left side. Congratulations to Hamilton High School, class of 2021.